Okay, welcome back. The last video I did was factorising with a single bracket, and as you can see from the heading, if I uncover it, this video is about factorising with two brackets, double bracket factorising. Now if you remember back to last week, you did some expanding brackets where there were two brackets side by side. The method was to use something called FOIL. So we multiplied those, which gave us x squared. We multiplied those, which gave us 4x. We multiplied those, which gave us 6x. And we multiplied those, which gave us 24. And then with these two terms in the middle, we could collect them together because they are like terms. And that would give us a final answer of x squared plus 10x plus 24. If I do another one with some minuses in, we'll have plus 5 on that side, we'll have minus 7 there. Okay, and we'll just follow FOIL again. First thing in each bracket gives us x squared. The two outside things give us minus 7x. The inside terms give us plus 5x. And then we've got plus 5 times minus 7. A plus and a minus make a minus. So 5 times minus 7 is minus 35. And again then, with these middle terms here, the x terms, we can put those together. So minus 7, I'll put a little number line, look. So there's 0. So we're starting on minus 7. We're adding 5. So that's that way. We're not adding enough to go past 0, though we're only adding 5. That leaves us on minus 2x minus 35. Okay. Now that's using the FOIL method, and FOIL always works for any double brackets. Doesn't matter if they've got 2x, 3x, 4x, 5x, it doesn't matter, FOIL will always work. But when you've got two brackets with just x, I'm going to highlighter, if they both got just x in them, there is actually a faster way of expanding brackets, a shortcut if you like. It's not really a shortcut because it's a really important method in maths, but if I call it a shortcut, you're probably more likely to remember it. So if you have a look, let's do another question here. I didn't mean to do that. Let's get rid of that little dot. If I make up a new question, now I can expand that really quickly without doing FOIL. I know the answer is going to be x squared plus 10x plus 21 without actually doing FOIL. I do another one, x plus 2, x plus 9. Okay, now you may spot what I'm doing here. That's going to be 11x there and 18 there, and we'll do one more then. We'll have plus 3, we'll have plus 8, and I know the answer to that is going to be x squared. Again, we'll have 11x in the middle, but on the end this time will be 24. So then the question is, how am I doing them so quickly without using FOIL? Where am I getting the numbers from? Well, the x squared at the beginning is always there, look. X times x gives us x squared, so there's always an x squared at the start, I know that. There'll always be some x's in the middle, and there'll always be a number on the end. Now the number on the end always comes from multiplying those. 7 times 3, 2 times 9, and 3 times 8. So I know the number on the end is always some times in the numbers in the brackets. But what about the middle number? Well, if I scroll back up a little bit, where did that 10 come from? Well, it came from doing 4 add 6. Where did that minus 2x come from? Well, it was minus 7 add 5. So where does that middle number always come from? It always comes from adding the two numbers in the brackets. So down here, how did I do these so quickly? Well, very simply, 7 add 3 is 10. 2 add 9 is 11. and 3 add 8 is also 11. So then we have a little bit of a rule then, which makes it really quick to expand. So if I make another one here, now you've seen the rule. It always starts with x squared. Then, for the middle term, I need to add the two numbers together. 6 add 7 is 13, it's plus 13, so plus 13x. And then I have to multiply these two numbers together. 6 times 7, 42. Okay. Now it only works when you've got x and x. So if I had a question and there was a 2 there, I wouldn't be allowed to use this little shortcut anymore, okay? It's only for when you've got x and x in both brackets the same, because then you get x squared at the beginning. If you have got a 2 there, you'll have to use FOIL, I'm afraid, the long method, and tidy it up. There's no shortcut for that. Okay. So it's a great shortcut, but it's more than a shortcut. It means that we can actually reverse this process. We can factorize and we can go back to brackets. If I get a fresh page, because we are supposed to be factorizing. So here's an expression. Now, because it's got x squared, then some x's, and then some numbers, I know before I do anything that it came from two brackets. Okay, when you've got algebra in this format, x squared, then x, then numbers, it was always two brackets. Now, what do I definitely know is in both brackets? Well, if it's x squared at the front, the only way you can make x squared is by having an x in both brackets. So that's the easy part. To work out what the numbers are in the brackets, we'll have to go back to the rule we were using a second ago. Two numbers that add to make 11 and times to make 30. I would concentrate firstly on that. Now, things that multiply to make 30. 1 times 30, 2 times 15, 3 times 10. It helps if you can do them in order. 5 times 6. That's all of the pairs. That's all of the factors of 30. Out of those pairs, which pair adds up to make 11? It would have to be 5 and 6. Now, really, it's plus 5 and plus 6. Okay, 5 times 6 is 30 and 5 add 6 is 11. So in the brackets, one of them is a 5 and one of them has a 6. It would be okay if you swap them around. So you could put plus 6 first and plus 5 second. That would be fine, not a problem. Okay, you'd be a little bit more careful when we have minuses later on, but you can swap the brackets and have them the other way round as long as the signs are the same. Right, let's have a look at another one. And this time we'll have x squared plus 10x plus 16. And again, you can start this off on autopilot a little bit because you know there's an x in both brackets. And then we'll go to the method, which is something that adds to make 10, times is to make 16. So if I put all the pairs down, I mean, you may have spotted it already, but these are all of the factors of 16. There's only 3 pairs, there's only 5 factors. Out of our pairs, they're all pluses. Which pair adds to make 10? It would have to be that middle pair there, plus 2 and plus 8. So in my brackets, I'll put plus 2 and plus 8, and of course, just like the one above, if you had them the other way round, that's not a problem. That's exactly the same thing, okay? Same numbers, same signs, literally just written the other way round. Now, one more nice one with positives, okay? If you want to, you can maybe pause the video here and have a go yourself before I do the answer. That wouldn't be a bad idea, especially as they get a little bit more difficult. Okay, so now would be a good time to pause. We're looking for two numbers that add to make 12 times to make 32. Here's all the pairs. Okay, not too many for 32. These are all pluses. You'll know when they go minus, that's going to be the next one. These are all pluses. The correct pair is 4 and 8. So in my brackets, x plus 4 and x plus 8. Or the other way around. X plus 8, x plus 4. Okay? They get more difficult when they have minuses in. So x squared plus 5x minus 14 this time. Okay, now still two brackets, that hasn't changed. Still an x in both, that hasn't changed. The rule is still that it adds to make that and times is to make that, but this time we've got to multiply to make minus 14. Now a little reminder of the rules. A plus and a plus make a plus, so we're not looking for that. A minus and a minus make a plus, so we're not looking for that. But a plus and a minus make a minus and a plus make a minus, so we must be looking for a mix of plus and minus this time. Okay. Now you can kind of do what we did before, which is looking for pairs, except there's going to be twice as many options because of the plus and minus. So for instance, I can have plus 1 and I can have minus 14. Or I could have minus 1 and plus 14. They both make minus 14 when you multiply. They don't make 5 though, so we keep looking. Plus 2 and minus 7, or minus 2 and plus 7. Now then, there are no other pairs for 14, so one of those pairs must make, and we're looking for, remember, plus 5 when we add them. So I already know it's not that, and it's not that. So one of these two makes plus 5, and it's the second one, the second pair. Look, if you started on a number line on minus 2 and you added 7, you would get plus 5. So it's a minus 2 and a plus 7. Now if you wanted to swap the brackets around, you can put them the other way around, but the minus must be with the 2 and the plus must be with the 7. So you can swap them around, but the right sign must be with the right number. Okay. Here's another one a little bit like that. So we'll have x squared minus 6x minus 27 and again, as soon as you see a minus on the end there, you know you're looking for a mix of plus and minus. So then it's just a case of going through your pairs. Okay. Now hopefully you'll narrow it down. In your head you've got the idea that it's some combination. It's either minus 9 and plus 3 or plus 9 and minus 3. Okay. Only one of those pairs will give us minus 6. Remember, they've got to add to make minus 6. And it would be the first pair. Minus 9 add 3 is minus 6. So in my brackets, it's minus 9 and plus 3. Okay, or the other way around, minus 9 can go first if you want, and the plus 3 can go second. Now then, our last one then is what about these? I'll have to be quick because I only get 15 minutes to make a video. Okay, we've got a plus on the end this time, but a minus in the middle. So there must be minuses involved somehow. But how do you get a plus? Well, how do you get a plus? You can get a plus with two minuses. Okay? And on this one, it's two minuses that we're looking for. When we times them, they will give us a plus. When we add them, we get a minus. Okay? Not many things multiply to make minus 45. Here's a couple, look. It's the first pair